Hey guys, Critical K921 here, aka Max. Probably just gonna go by that because it's a lot simpler, but it looks good for a YouTube title. Anyway, so I said I'd do a review of Castlevania, and I intend to, because I have seen all 4 episodes of it, which, I mean, that seems wrong. It's like the shortest season ever. I think even Aeon Flux, at least, was had a lot more episodes, and those were all under a couple minutes. So, but whatever, it's, I want to say somewhere near 2 hours, a little shorter than that, but anyway, but it's another Netflix cartoon, obviously, which they've done pretty well. I mean, Puss in Boots was decent, and I actually like BoJack Horseman a lot, so. And I'll tell you straight off, if you're going to watch this with your kids, do not. It is gory and bloody, which I guess you'd expect from Castlevania. I never played much of the games. I played the first one, maybe, but if you're if you're looking for a kid-friendly thing like Mario or Zelda, look away. Look far away, but and yeah, it is kind of important, kind of interesting to talk about this because I think it's one of the more talked about cartoons this year. For the record, this has not been a great year for animation. Not a lot of great movies to come out. I think the best one was Lego Batman. Not a lot of great shows. What Tangled came out. It's okay, I guess, and DuckTales, that was pretty good. So we've got a couple things. Not a fantastic year. One of the more downer ones, but which fits because this show's kind of a downer, but not a good. It's not a bad thing. Anyway, so what's the show about? Like I said, not played much Castlevania. I went into this pretty blind. I know the basics. Dracula's like Ganondorf from Zelda. He's an evil wizard, and Simon Belmont's stopping him. But how could this compare to Captain N, the first premiere of Castlevania cartoons? God. But, yeah. So, from what I understand, it's pretty faithful. You open, and I'll try to avoid any major spoilers, but pretty much Dracula gets fucked over, and he decides to get revenge on the humans, and throughout the whole thing, Trevor Belmont instead. That kind of puzzled me. I don't know. Trevor Belmont is gonna, I guess, avenge his family or get their name back. You know what I mean? Bring honor to their name again. So it's kind of a basic plot, and to me, there is one major problem. It's way too short. Each episode is 30 minutes, which, for the record, they fly by, but I'm thinking, this could be an hour or so, and with a cartoon like this, I feel like you're more allowed to have an hour, because, one, there aren't that many action shows anymore. I think Disney has the majority of them. It's Star Wars Rebels and Guardians of the Galaxy. And there's still anime. There's still like Dragon Ball Super and things like that, but not a lot of them. And plus, I mean, Castlevania is all about the environment, so you can go longer, I think, and I think it would have benefited it a lot better. But maybe it's to build up for the next season. And like I said, that is a good thing. You will feel like you just watched it, and by the time it's over, it's ended. But they throw a lot at you, and it goes by. It's fast, but you still get a good idea of what's going on. It's not like they're throwing 50 things at you and you're like, nah, what the hell's happening? So that is pretty good. The animation is beautiful. I mean, I'm trying to think of how I can describe it. It reminds me a lot of Bayonetta Bloody Fate. It looks like a movie. I was stunned. The environments are gothic. I just love kind of the lighting of everything. When you get into Dracula's castle, it's all almost pitch black and there's just red through it. Oh my god, it's amazing. Even the music is very pretty. A lot of aspects it sounds like Castlevania. So the action is also pretty damn cool. Again, there isn't a lot of action shows, and I miss them. I want to see more, but the action is actually pretty damn entertaining when you see Trevor Belmont use his whip and see them fight demons. It's badass. and and I'll be honest, I do not know who these voice actors are, but they all bring a kind of gravity to this role. When they talk about something, you want to listen. The minute Dracula gets pissed off at humans, you're just like, shit. You just feel like stuff's going down. when Trevor when Trevor Belmont gets drunk and acts like kind of a dick, you still want to side with him. He's one of those characters, I guess, and that's kind of how they're setting up, where he's a dick, but he's still a likable dick. He's not a total jerk. He still has a heart underneath it. So it's those characters don't come along that often, and to be honest, I wish more of them came along because they're actually kind of fun. But so, what else to talk about? But yeah, the interesting thing is to note, and admire this about it. It stays true from what I understand, makes the game good. Because if you told people what they love about Castlevania, they're going to usually tell you, aside from the gameplay, they like the environments, they like how badass it is, and the characters and stuff. And with a lot of them, they don't. They're terrible, usually. Video game, cartoons and movies, anytime they're adapting a video game, they're usually awful. I mean, there's Captain N, like I mentioned before, that's terrible. Super Mario Bros. The movie. Mario had about a dozen cartoons, none of them work. There's only a handful that I can think of that actually work, so it's refreshing to see one that actually doesn't suck. It's actually kind of a miracle. And like I said, I do love the fact that even though it's short, it's paced very well. You never feel like a lot goes by you. You might miss one or two things, but yeah, it being so short is really its biggest problem because it's so short, and you feel like not only you feel like you missed something, it's only 4 episodes, which again, it's just weird. The fact that there's only 4 episodes, it feels how can I describe it? It feels like they're setting up a prologue. Like you're watching a movie and then it's like, okay, now let's get into the real movie. That's kind of what I feel like here, which maybe season 2 is going to be fantastic. Fingers crossed. I mean, it is a newer cartoon, so. but that's kind. But that's kind of what I, in general, think. Do I love it? I don't know if I can say I am in love with it. Because I think, one, it's a little too new. I did just see it, and two, it is so short. I do want more. I want more with Trevor. I want more with Alucard, who gets very little screen time. I know he's like a main character of one of the games, and he's barely in this, so that's a bit disappointing, but yeah, it's more or less a very refreshing cartoon, because like I said, a lot of this year hasn't been that great, and I like the fact that this is one of the cartoons with balls. It's not afraid to have blood. It's not afraid to just go balls to the walls out and be dark and gritty in the right ways. So, and like I said, it's beautiful. You will just, and there is I guess there are 1 or 2 bits of awkward CGI. There's a scene where Trevor and a girl are standing on this metal beam, and I was like, yeah, you can tell it's CGI, but you really don't care. And CGI shots can always be kind of awkward that time because the animation is a very anime style look, and then you have the CGI. But I mean, it's been done since the '90s. Beauty and the Beast and Anastasia fucking did it. They had Anastasia opens with a CGI shot of the goddamn music box, and then Beauty and the Beast has the ballroom. It's done usually to make it bigger, and it does make it bigger. If anything, I'll say it feels less like a show and more like a really badass movie. so, I guess it did its job. You won't if you really love Castlevania. I think you'll probably like this more than I did. But I still liked it pretty well. I thought it was pretty damn cool. I thought it was badass, and I want more. I mean, I feel like Thor, another. I just want more from this show, and I want to see what happens with it. So, who knows? Fingers crossed that they don't fuck it up. Do not make this a thing where you go downhill in season 2. I don't want another Family Guy SpongeBob situation where the next season it's like, what the hell happened? So, fingers crossed that that they make it to season 2, but Netflix seems to be treating their stuff pretty well. I mean, I've seen only clips of Puss in Boots, and they have every now and Netflix isn't perfect. Some of their cartoons aren't very good. They have one of Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron. What? I don't quite get why that's a cartoon, but anyway. Anyway, so yeah, I really liked it. I can't say I loved it yet, but we'll see where it goes. For now, I can say it's very entertaining, very badass, and manages to give you enough character. You don't learn a super amount about their backstories and everything, but you get a gist of who they are, which to me is enough. I mean, obviously, obviously, I want more time with them, but at the same time, they give you at least enough with the main character, with Trevor, that you want to know more. And even with Alucard and the other girl, they don't give you a super large amount, but they give you a decent amount with the girl. Alucard, he had one scene where he said, "Stop, Dad," and then he fights Trevor, so not a lot, but he'll probably get developed, I'm sure. So, yeah. Yeah, and I will say I do hope to kind of make these more video reviews in the future. I'll still post them to the blog, of course, and have the link in the description, obviously, but yeah, I do hope to do these more in the blog and hopefully have more friends with me. I want to do I know the Titanic review is delayed, but I do want to do that with my friend because it looks nuts. I mean, nothing can top the next one where they literally open and tell you no, the Titanic was all a lie. Everyone survived. Ah! It's so stupid. But yeah, that was my thoughts on Castlevania. Really like it. Fingers crossed for season 2. And if you really love really badass blood-covered anime stuff like that, you will love this. So yeah. I'll try to. So yeah, that was my thoughts. Anyway, see you guys next week. Bye.